Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a particularly wet episode of another pod, Do Not Relent. I am Slidewhistle, and I am nursing a Diet Coke and vodka.
Hello, it's your boy, Immunization, as am I. Welcome to episode whatever the fuck it is, where we get wet and wild, which I guess is most of these episodes, or at least some of them.
Well, excuse me, sirs. I'm going to... Oh, no! Caitlin's calling! Oh, no!
What could she possibly be asking at a time like this?
She wants to talk about her lovely day, but I have to let her know that we're recording the show. Oh, no!
Well, while Aaron answers the phone to talk to his sweetums, I guess I'm gonna talk to mine. How you doing?
Well, hey, how are ya?
Hey, how are you? Picking your nose much? You digging into your nose right now. He's got all over his brain.
Oh no, I don't think I ever really pick my nose, honestly.
No.
I have devices to get earwax out of my ears. That's different though.
Much like Asmongold's bloody gum wall, my cousins would pick their nose and wipe it on walls. So you go over to their house and be like, why is your wall so, what are all these hard, knobs on it? And they'd be like, oh, nothing. I didn't know. And then you see them pick their nose and wipe a booger on the wall next to their bed. I'm like, oh, so those are boogers? Oh, I touched them.
This is why you just can't, you can't touch anything. You can't trust anything at other people's houses. You don't know what they get up to.
Do you think the boogers become part of the wall, or do they just eventually fall? Hey, everybody. We can talk a little about WoW stuff, I guess, while we're here. Housing video, that was cool.
Yeah, we were actually blessed today.
I didn't even go, because that darn cubby bub, she called me. Anyways, hey, it's Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire and Horde Punching Bag. You'll probably notice a loud noise behind me. It's the reason they were goofing, ha ha ha, we're getting wet, is because twice in 1 month, a leak sprouted in our ceiling because of the neighbor upstairs.
What are they doing upstairs that floods into your apartment?
Is this the same neighbor or a different neighbor?
It is the same neighbor. This happened December 28th, and then it happened yesterday. So, hey, 1 month. Unfortunately, the answer is not funny. They have a very autistic child who likes to take all the towels and stop up the sink and flood the bathroom.
Oh, man. That's gotta be the worst stimming thing that could happen. I mean, it could be worse, but that's pretty bad.
I would rather it be a pipe leak, because then you can just, fix that.
Yeah, so it's fun. I legally cannot get mad, because, how are you going to get mad at, an autistic child? And also, never know when it'll happen again.
I will say, they should probably just turn the water to the sink off when they're not using it. That seems like probably the solution. But
today's solution, because it sure mixed up a whole solution of mildew in my carpet, I have a very large fan running in the background trying to blow it out.
Yeah, that is annoying. I assume it's one of those industrial grade, fans that they use to dry water damage.
Oh, yes, very much so. And I get to give it back tomorrow, so it's got to do all its drying during this recording of another pod, Do Not Relent.
Of course, because why wouldn't it? That's just the way this show goes. The show stops for nobody.
But we have been blessed. I'm sure I'm the first person to say this. We have been blessed with a bunch of new information and new content. What are we going to dive into?
Yeah, so, earlier today, I forgot that, I assume they announced it. I just didn't know about it until it was currently happening. I missed, the first 10 minutes.
They only announced it, 3 days ago.
And they called it, the Azeroth State of the Union or something stupid like that. But it was actually a pretty good watch. It was quick. They gave us a roadmap. They surprised us all with, my favorite part, a cinematic at the end.
They even surprised me because I wasn't able to watch it and also wasn't able to complete it. Wow, I gotta go watch that now!
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I actually kind of appreciated that they called it the State of Azeroth because You knew it was going to be about things happening like right now. Obviously, they weren't going to get into too much stuff for the future because BlizzCon, as Ian said, is right around the corner. My favorite thing was watching all the people who were mad about like anything retail in the chat, and they were like, "We want Classic Plus, we want Classic Plus," and I got to watch them be very disappointed when it wasn't announced because they're probably going to do it at BlizzCon.
So, Classic Plus, what does that entail?
I actually have no clue.
Because like they gave you, and I'm not trying to be like neater suck a wiener.
Oh,
because
well, I am.
they gave you a classic that had new stuff in it, and I mean, people played that and liked it enough, but like, that's it. Do they just want more new stuff?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I just saw it being referenced a lot, and then when it didn't happen, there's a lot of people saying, Blizzard hates Classic! Blizzard hates Classic! And I'm like, they have like 6 or 7 versions of Classic. I don't think they hate it. I think
the first half of Holly's thing was about Classic. Classic Pandaria is happening. Then they're getting ready for Classic, Classic Anniversary TBC. Like, that's the content.
Yeah, so, I don't know, but, so I tuned in maybe like 15 minutes late, but we did get a State of Azeroth roadmap, and it's got some pretty good stuff on it. So we are into the launch, 4 new zones, midnight campaign, new level cap, Harrynear, prey system, 10 new delves, 8 new dungeons, 3 new raids. We know that. Old, done, dusted. Ian said the magical words 1205, and I was like, "Ooh, 12! That's crazy." Thinking about like I'm just gonna use the 12, and now we're already fucking going into 1205. Void assaults, snore. I hear the word assault, and I go, "Okay, I know what this is." But then he said, "And prop hunt, prop hunt."
You know me, I fucking love a prop hunt. Whatever game it's in, I will eat it up. I will enjoy it, especially if it's just like a silly thing that comes around every once in a while. You know. Like quarterly or whatever, they like just introduce it again or something, or like how an Overwatch has it just like I think they have it like just during Christmas with like Kiriko and Genji. I like that mode. You're groaning there, and you might not.
I don't like the second iteration. I liked when Genji's, not to say you could swing your knife all the time, but I liked when it was about finding the person. Now I don't need to worry about finding Kiriko, because if I accidentally drop my controller, I just wasted 1/4 of my health. Give me more knife slashes. That's my issue. Give me more knives.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that'll be different in a while, but it looks like a classic prop hunt where you could like they showed somebody like moving around as like a little like charcuterie tray.
Yeah, I'm excited. They have a lot of good assets, a lot of good things you could hide. I'm pumped.
It just makes sense with like them introducing housing as well. I feel like
I also feel like maybe we need to check the tapes. I'm pretty sure one of us said these words when we looked at the launcher for Plunderstorm, and it was like more new games coming soon. And we're like, what are they gonna add? And someone said prop hunt.
Was it you? Was it me? I actually don't remember.
No,
but like that is something we would say. I feel like. And I feel like we like inadvertently predict the future of this game more often than we even know or remember, because I forget everything that's said on this podcast as soon as I press the stop button recording. So
Magic Oracle. But then now this one really tickled my Peter. 12.0.7. Now the 0.7 patches are normally little baby guys, right? Like what? Forbidden Reach is probably the biggest 0.7 we've had so far, and that's
I was trying to think what was TWW's, but it was the island, which new playable zone, but like
yeah.
It didn't really thrill anyone.
So this one for Midnight, it says story and quests, Void Assaults escalation. Okay. Turbulent Timeways. Okay. And then they said a new raid. Now, getting a new raid in a 0.7 patch is pretty cool, even if it is just a one boss raid.
yeah, so this one it was just straight up advertised as a one boss raid, which so I remember in the past they said that one of the raids in this expansion was going to be a one boss raid. Is that one of the ones that is like 3 new raids? Like
yes.
So at the 0.07 patch we'll have 2 raids that are one boss.
Yes, I can't say that we don't know what this is, because I'm sure people have data mined it, but it was not one of the 3 they showed in the State of the Address today.
Yeah, in the State of the Address today, they showed a boss that looked like those giant, like, trendly things that are in like Zangarmarsh. Is that where they are?
Yeah, one of the big Sporegar behemoths with like the... Ooh, describing them is actually really hard. They're really big and bulky, and they have like a weird flat head, almost like a xenomorph kind of.
They walk on their hands, right? It uses like the big alien gorilla model.
No, they walk on 2 feet. I think their hands are actually like in the air, like their regular arms. They almost kind of give the same model as the Cathraxi, if you know what that is. The big void guys who hang out in Ulduar, big beefy boys who kind of stand up. Anyway, it's gonna be like a spore-based, spore people-based raid.
So then I wonder, will this physically be in the place that where the Haranir are then?
Because the
Probably.
Haranir already have the one boss that is one of like the big angry gorilla guys. It's their god's nightmare.
Oh, the dreamer guy.
Mm-hmm. She thought up this guy, and I was like, oh, get rid of it, please, please. I do like the other dungeon, raid, the 2-boss raid. I'm not going to throw out the baby with the bathwater yet, but it appears to be that a yellow bird and a purple bird rub on each other, and they go, oh, you got jelly in my peanut butter. You got peanut butter in my jelly. And then they run to their rooms, and you have to fight them.
You think it's like a void and light thing?
They showed at least one of them was just a bird that was half void, half light. I'm gonna assume the other one is a bird that is half light, half void. In which case, I'm gonna say, ooh, no, not no, thank you, but that'll be a tough sell to get me excited to go in there. If you're giving me 2 iterations of the same big bird fight.
Oh, I was wrong. You're right, Aaron. It is the tentacle guy. It's the... Sorry, the boss is called Sporefall.
Well,
Okay.
I was completely wrong. I was the boss I was referencing was the one from the Haranir raid who looks like they really like using that model right now. Like the son of Alligator God uses it. The Sinfall mount uses it. It's getting up there with Wiggly Worm of like...
Oh, the thing that looks like kind of like a Rhyhorn.
Yeah. It's like they're getting up there like, this stopped being cute. You guys need to cool it with this one.
It's gonna be so fucking sick. So sick.
Oh, but this picture that Side posted in host chat that is like a picture of the Sporefall 1 boss raid encounter that they showed during the state of the thing also just triggered me. It reminded me. I said this in our Discord as well when we were kind of like live reacting to the stream, which you can get to by going to donotRelent.com, where all of our links live. But like during this part of the video when they were like going between like different things that their different talking points, whenever they changed like the text that was in the bottom left of the screen describing what they were showing, it played the DBM noise of like the counter going down, and it like freaked me out. I was like working and I had this like on my other screen, and obviously I was not in WoW, definitely not raiding because it was the middle of the day and not on a raid day. And it like triggered my like fight or flight. I was like, oh my god, I need to tab back into WoW and like get ready up for this pull.
I've lost my map. Where did my map go? There's my map. Okay, that's cool. 12.1. Blah. It's the same shit, right? New zone, new raid, dungeon delves. Cool. New world boss. However, they did. Holly, I think it was Holly. Maybe it was Ian. It was Ian. Said that they're going to be doing housing, social, and UI updates. And specifically, they said that they're going to change how the friends list works, which probably hasn't been touched in a very long time. I'm hoping we get guild changes, but I think they would advertise that if they're going to advertise everything else.
I mean, besides the fact that like whatever changes they do will inevitably break our friends list for like approximately a week, I assume. I feel like it is definitely something that needs tuning and changes because like I feel like there's always something about the friends list that just has me going like, huh, why is it like that?
Everyone write down your friend codes and your phone numbers on a piece of paper and give them to each other before 12.1 because dollars to donuts, they're going to destroy the whole thing.
If they clear... I mean, I guess the BNet friends list and the WoW friends list is... Well, they're kind of one and the same, though. They're not different at all, right? Because when you add a friend from WoW, they're being added to BNet.
Not necessarily, because you can add just a character to your WoW friends list, which I've done before, and it confuses me sometimes when it says that they come online.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that because then it pushes them down my friends list to be like the very last thing, even below like everybody who's offline. If they fuck with all the notes I have set for all of my friends, I'm gonna be pissed because I will never be able to tell how I met these people again.
And you don't play Hearthstone anymore. If they get rid of those friends, where is 80% of your people gonna go?
I have to delve back in. And start yelling at people. September 12th, BlizzCon. Cool.
Wait. No, back to the housing updates. They made reference to changes that are coming at 12.1 that are things that we've called for on this show. It sounds like they are promising basically that you would be able to like select all of a bunch of pieces and move them together. So like our Christmas trees, or they didn't specify like how this would happen. I hope it's a thing where you can like lock certain things together. That would make sense to me. But they specifically reference like, you know, the people who have like made a grand piano with like 1 million like shrunken down planks and stuff. Like that'd be a pain in the ass to move. So they made it sound like you could just like select multiple things at once and like move an item, and also copy selections of multiple things like that at the same time and place it. Also, the thing that we were like kind of like, I don't know if I like this, about like sending codes to certain builds and importing them. I feel like I feel like those were the main changes that they talked about for housing.
Yes.
Well,
also,
and
I hate that last one.
Adding little dojis, adding little pets. I saw that bit. I don't know if that's 12.1 or if that's 12, but you'll be able to put your little guy there, which means I am plumbing the list for the worst things to see walking around my house. You open a door to my library, you turn left. What is it? It's a like spore. It's a floating pink spiky ball that's just in the way now.
Fritz.
Oh,
It's
no.
her cousin.
It's her. Oh God!
My Greek wedding.
Randy Orton.
You go into
Hacky's
a room.
sister.
You go into a room. The Specs Blazertooth. You go into a room and it's just a balloon, and you're like, what? And you click on it, and its name is My Greek Wedding, and you're like, what does this mean?
Does Hacky remember that you named a pet Hacky's sister?
I did. I pulled it out one time, and he went, haha.
So that one they were actually more Joe Coy on. They didn't want to say when it was happening. He was like, "We've heard your pleas," and no, I think it was Holly. Holly did it because she announced, because basically there was a dog. There's a charity for housing for humanity. Habitats for Humanity.
Habitats for Humanity, I believe.
Yeah, the Jimmy Carter one, right?
They build houses, affordable looking houses for people with no money.
Yeah, so Holly announced that first, and she was like, "There's a new pet you can get. You can't get it yet. I checked, and it's this cute little dog named Rufus, and he's wearing like a Bob the Builder outfit with like a construction hat and like overalls and shit."
Yeah, and he has a little dog bed that he goes and lays in too. I'm first off, I love this because like that's like I love Habitat for Humanity. A little bit of immunization lore for all of y'all. I actually volunteered with them for like 4 or 5 years in like high school.
Did you ever meet Jimmy or Rosalind?
Rosalind.
Yes. No, I didn't. I wish, but
Did you ever pose next to them and look weirdly big? I never looked into why the Bidens were so big next to them. I really take full advantage of looking at that picture and going, ah!
I think Joe Biden's just tall, and then JC's just kind of short.
Also, I saw this on my Facebook.com. They just sold those 2 chairs for $10,000.
Oh my god, I would have bought them for more. So the dog was announced, and then with the dog, she was like, if you buy this, you also get a little doggy bed and a little dog house and a water bowl for your house. And I was like, oh, the pets are coming. And then later Ian was like, we've heard your pleas. We are looking to adding pets and mounts to your houses and yards, but I do not have a specific timeline for that.
Please, Ian Hazakosis, I will pray into the vents. Let mounts live inside. I want to scare someone so bad when they go into my room and there's just the giant mechanical scorpion in there. And it's the only thing in the room.
You know, trap people in the rooms with spider mounts who are afraid of them.
The crab room for them, probably, then. Almost, would it change mounts to crabs?
I'm sure it does. It probably does. That's a good question, though. So, 12.1.5. This was like a fucking far-off future memory. Future star.
Yeah, because it's confirmed after BlizzCon, which is happening on September 12th. So that is a solid almost 8 months from now, you know?
But for 12.1.5, there's another new raid, guys. They're keeping the raiding people happy. That's me. I'm gonna be so fucking. We're getting two raids in between in little baby patches.
So, like, on this roadmap alone, is it saying that there's going to be 6 raids by this point in 12.1.5?
Yes.
I'm going to imagine most of them are like 1 to 2. And what I was going to say is, Ian, you better mind your fucking P's and Q's and give us enough time to do this, or make them easy street. Because if I get fucked over for an achievable because I missed the guild heroic run on Spore Laglore because I had to go to West Virginia one time, I'm gonna be mad. Having all these raids makes me really worried that if you miss the group kill, it's like, well, we're retired until 2 months from now.
That depends on how nasty it's gonna be. Although, like, remember, like, the whole reason the last time we saw these raids was Battle for Azeroth, Crucible of Storms, probably our lowest rated raid we've ever done in our life. They have made significant changes, and they said that they know that rating was a little ridiculous, so maybe these ones won't be as crazy, but still a little crazy. Also, Wildhead has a little bit here. While we don't have a name, it was mentioned that the 12.1.5 raid will feature one boss, much like Sporefall. However, unlike Sporefall, which is its own standalone raid, the 12.1.5 raid is planned to be a direct continuation of Midnight's overarching story. So the 12.1.5 tied into the story. 12.07 is just kind of a free ball in one. Now, the real question here, folks. That's ominous. And I'm going to make it a little more ominous because I was reading the papers. You know, they did the classic thing where a bunch of interviews have now come out with different countries.
So basically, did you get to the bottom of the Korean ones? That's where all the tea is.
I don't know what language this one was. So my gut says Germany. I don't know why.
Honestly, if we don't know what language it is, I feel like that's pretty good. Like, that bodes well for this information that we're about to get.
This might even be an English-speaking country. I don't know. Maria Hamilton. Now, she's the one, I'm pretty sure, who lied to us and told us that the Alliance...
She is the liar, yes.
I hope that we're just calling her a liar.
Oh, she's the one who lied about the percentage of the city that we will have access to?
Yeah, so take this news with a grain of salt. But Maria Hamilton is now on record as saying many... I'm going to find the exact quote. We'll talk about this. It might be many. It might be a couple. But more than one major WoW characters will die in Midnight. Why the fuck did Maria Hamilton tell us that?
What is the point of telling us that, Maria? Now, every single interaction, I think, are you the one? Are you the one? That's bad.
You know, it would be pretty iconic if she decided to be like, 60% of the characters will die in Midnight. And then, like, 2 weeks from now, she's like, actually, 35% of the characters will die.
The exact same shit. She just walks it back interview after interview until she was like, a non-zero integer of characters will die.
Okay, one character will die, guys.
Okay, I have the quote, folks. Here we go. There will be important characters that do not survive the trilogy. It will be a lot of death, I'm afraid. Those are hard decisions we have arguments about. Is this the right time? What will we do with that person gone?
Okay, well, first off, she said the trilogy, so that includes Midnight and also The Last Titan, I assume.
Yes.
Okay, well, I mean, still that is telling me that a lot of people are going to be in danger over the course of these next 2 expansions, because, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like War Within did anyone major really die?
Are you forgetting Earthen Man who showed up and then jumped on a world boss? Come on.
Yeah, I did. I truly did.
I mean, Ansurek, she died.
No, Ansurek's alive.
That's what Maria means. Is she's like, people will die. Sporgagar, you'll probably kill him.
Probably.
Also, Ansurek is not alive. We heard all of her bones break. We watched her go.
Oh wait, what's the name of her mom?
I don't know, but yes, her mom is alive. She's just a big
That's what I thought
booker.
it was.
I was like, Slidewhistle, it deeply troubled me how audibly dead Ansurek was. Like you heard her you heard her spine break. You heard her ribs puncture her lung as she was like, "You promised to help me."
She did. I was trying to figure out how to start the new pre-patch quest that was happening. And it was weird. This might just be a problem that only I had, because my main Slidewhistle, the Demon Hunter, did not do any of the opening campaign quests because I did them all on my Resto Shaman, Pumice. So I walk up and I'm questing with Magni, a human Magni, and Moira, and I'm like, wait, is this current or is this old? Did you guys do that, or is that just a me thing?
That has to be a you thing, because in Classic, the patch just came out status, Growlina logged in, and before she even opened her eyes, Umbric in his new silver dud said, "Come on over to Stormwind Champion, please."
But it's not just a you problem, though, because I originally logged into my Hunter to try to do it because I still had, like, the buff from the turbulent time ways on my priests from doing them at the end of the last reset. So I was like, oh, cool, I can just log in and do, like, one dungeon real quick and then just be done with it officially just in time. I think, is this, like, the last week to do it, maybe? I don't know. Anyways,
It is not the last week, but if you haven't started, you're done. You're cooked. It goes away like the 8th or 9th of February, I believe.
Okay, well, cool. This is the last one I need to do, so I'll be done. But yeah, so I logged into my Hunter and I realized I didn't get Umbric talking to me, and I was like, how do I start this? And then I was like, oh crap, I think I did the questing with, like, Illyria and whatnot, like the last round of them on my priest, because normally I do normally I do this all on my priest first, and then when I logged into her, then Umbric, like, before the game even finished loading in, I hear him screaming at me.
So I never talked to Umbric. I followed the shield quests that were in Dornigal, and I basically I think I ended up redoing the ending of, like, Magni becoming a human, because there's a bunch of, like, stay and listen, and one of them, and this ties into who I think's gonna die. I think Magni's dying. I think we're gonna lose Magni.
He's a man now. His role is done.
And not only that, but, like, one of the last things that because I was doing the say wow and listen, because I wasn't sure. I was like, oh, is this the beginning of it? But no, it was the end of it was the epilogue of War Within. And it was just like him being like, I'm proud of you, Moira. I'm so proud of you. And she was like, oh my God, you said you're proud of me? What's wrong? Are you okay? And I was like, I was like, is he gonna die? Like, and it was just a very, like, weird, like, when I'm gone, he said, when I'm gone, you're gonna have to do this, and this, and I want you to always remember this, and this. And now they're talking about death. I'm like, oh, Magni's for sure dying. I'm seeing predictions, and they're all like, Moira's gonna die, and Dagrin's gonna lead. And I'm like, and they're like, Magni will be stricken with grief, and he won't lead. And I'm like, guys, Magni's gonna die, Moira will have grief. That dummies, flip the script.
I feel like what you said is the more, like, plausible way. Because I'm going to sound like a dick right now, but, like, based on, like, what we last experienced with Magni about him saying what you just said, which honestly, you going through this now is a good perspective for this. But also, he's back to being a human. He lost his
human.
Sorry,
a dwarf.
He's back to being, like, a dwarf. And, like, he's back to being a smooth skin.
The curse of flesh has taken him.
And he can't speak to Azeroth anymore. He's not Crystal. So I'm like, what good are you, my dude? Like, you're dead.
Yeah, so also you guys gotta go click on Smooth Magni a bunch. He's got a lot of weird smooth lines that I feel like he did not have before. So go on, give him a click him a lot. But yeah, so the pre-patch it's typical pre-patch. People are mad about it and saying like, oh, it's so bad, and I'm like, when is the last time one has been good? Like, they're all the same. Who cares? Just fucking do your little thing, get your little shit, and get out.
I feel like since we've done this game, which now is a decade and some change, pre-patch has pretty much exclusively always been, okay, primarily for like catch-up gear to get ready for the new expansion, and then some reskin of here is a very short quest line to put you in an area to set up a thing where then you can kill like anywhere from like 15 to 20 rotating bosses that spawn in on an X time cooldown. All of them drop gear that is catch-up gear. A lot of the times there's a currency. You can use that currency to buy either catch-up gear or transmog. Sometimes there's a mount, sometimes there's a toy, sometimes there's a cool bag. That's like, I feel like this is what it always is. I don't know why anybody's thinking otherwise. Like, come on, guys.
I can't vouch for it because I don't remember. I didn't have my finger to the pulse at the time. But this is a carbon copy of the Shadowlands one. You're stuck in one old zone. Yeah, you do daily quests, and then you kill bosses, some of which may have nostalgia factor. I feel like Shadowlands, they pulled on a lot of old ICC guys where it's like,
Bron Jam.
I remember Bron Jam and his magic bag. This, like, there's Arc Benedictus or whatever. But like,
I don't think he's even related, by the way. I saw him and I was like, oh, is this like the actual like Benedictus? And I'm like, wait, hasn't he been like dead for like a long time?
Yeah. It's this, that's the only unfortunate point of this one is when you deal with the Void, you get a lot of who cares? Like, it's like, it's me, Void Collar Smittergull. And it's like, okay, you were made up for this event and I've killed you and that's it. One of them was just a damn lizard.
Oh.
It was like, you know the lizard mobs that can like teleport behind you? It was a big one of those. And I said, this is not on the same level as Arch Benedictus and that other lady.
I guess I was wrong. I actually just Googled Archbishop Benedictus and somebody posted to the WoW subreddit. So, what's up with Archbishop Benedictus? Which is what I was thinking as I was killing him. Dude was a pretty major lore character and ran the Twilight cult at one point. Pretty sure he was confirmed dead at the end of Cataclysm, and now he just reappears as one of the rares in the pre-patch. No voice lines, no lore, no nothing. Did I miss something? A Void Poet goes, he has a buff. Bitch, I had to hover over a buff to read the lore. He has a buff that says... I'm sorry, so it says all this. The Void has granted him a semblance of life. The cult is puppeteering his corpse with the Void, probably to attract/claim authority over former Twilight Tamers cultists. I was sitting out there for 10 minutes, and they couldn't have one person just run up and say this, like, and like /say.
They could even have like a cult person run up and like to the portal and start spawning them. You know, be like, hell yeah, we've been holding on to this corpse for 14 years. We're finally gonna reanimate him with our void magics.
I just really like the optics of you, hovering over his buff, and just the transparent window is the entire width of your window as it goes on this like 5-paragraph thing. Benedictus didn't really want to come back, but they puppeteered his body. It's like, that's fine. I'm gonna go fight the teleporting lizard. He doesn't require this much reading.
How did they keep him so well preserved? Like, 14 years is a long time. Wouldn't he be a bag of bones?
Well, you know how they say that like you could like, you know, cryo freeze people. I wonder if you could do something similar, but like void freeze them.
You just put them out in a stinky purple tube out in Nevada. Anyways, these two gentlemen make me think of, did you listen to the new short story?
Wait, before we get to the short story.
Spoilers, we never do. So go listen to it for more content for next week.
When I did this, Aaron, how long did it take you to get the achievement 2 minutes to midnight?
Well, here's the thing here, and you gentlemen don't need to bring it about, but I am going to summon up my bottom boot of the week right now.
Boot.
I was on a roll. I was crack-a-leckin'. So it came out Tuesday. I just killed random guys, whatever. Wednesday night, I noticed this achievement was here, which it gives you a like golden mech, and you get the title Thorn of the Twilight, which I'm like, that's cool. And all it is you just wait to kill like the 15 guys. So I was on a roll. Ba-da-da, boop. Just sitting there. Cubby Bub was at a friend's house. I was like, I'm just going to drink some beers and just sit down. Well, what happens when there's about 5 left? Flood. So I was like, oh no. I literally had a moment where I was looking between my computer and my rapidly flooding bathroom being like, do I address this? Do I put stuff? I can't leave my computer. I gotta get my bosses. So I logged out to address that, and it made me so mad. I was ready to show up and be like, I didn't get it. But luckily, I meant time keeps on slipping. Back into the Future. Right as I got off work, they were fighting Belf the Void Fist, and I was like, wait a minute. Time slowed. I was like, Belf the Void Fist was the one I was waiting for last night.
Oh.
So in like the hour and 20 minutes between work and recording this, I did get it. So I am a Thorn of the Twilight. But I was like, damn you person wadding up towels.
Like, what the heck?
Yeah, I was like,
I can't be mad.
You kept
had to leave.
No, it was, and I was so mad. And then when the person came down and apologized and explained, I was like, I legally, because of woke, I can't get mad. But I was like, I'm not gonna be a Thorn now. But I am a Thorn in the Twilight, and I do have. I didn't know what kind of mount it was gonna be.
Oh, dude, it's not ugly.
Well, it's ugly, and this is so crazy because if you ask me in Legion, like, you get a mech, I'd be like, oh my god, this is all I've ever dreamed. I have 3 of these now, so I'm like, whatever.
And this one is the worst coloration because the one that we got from Siren Isle, I think that's the one we get it, is so much cooler. It has like lightning on it. This one doesn't have anything.
It was the belt quest in like Delves.
Yeah, it's so much cooler. It's basically just that, but just minus the lightning effect. So they've actually have buffed this. So between Tuesday when you started and now, they actually the buff saved you because it took me 3 hours to do. It isn't not that long. I did it all in one sitting. I did it with Prolt. Me and Prolt we're doing it together, which is really funny.
Glad to know he's still around.
Yeah, because I was waiting at one of the spots, and so when I was doing it, they were on a 10-minute timer. So like you would kill one, and then you would wait 10 minutes to kill the other one. Which again, people were complaining about, and I'm like, "What do you fucking want? It's pre-patch, guys. Deal with it."
And if anything, them being on a set rotation where you know which one you still need because they always go in the same order. It's always like 10 minutes. Or whatever. I was like, that's better than just like having them all sporadically spawn in, I think.
Yeah, I guess the problem, though, 10 minutes, I mean, it was 3 hours, whatever, I wasn't doing anything. So I was sitting there and I get waved at by Prol, and I was like, Prol? And I waved at him, and then we were just talking in guild chat about the event the whole time. But now they have changed the timer from 10 minutes to 5 minutes. So that's actually pretty nice. But I was like, I knew I should have waited. It would have taken me 1.5 hours. But I did get to play some Mahjong Ricci.
Sorry, I was kissing my beautiful wife. So if you said anything important, I'll hear it tomorrow when I edit.
I was playing Mahjong Ricci, is what I said during it.
I did see you play it. Actually, I didn't see you. I saw Bill talking about getting upset at Mahjong. And I said, ooh, they're playing Mahjong Ricci.
Wait, where did he say he was getting mad at Mahjong?
On everyone's favorite sinking ship, Blue Sky.
Oh, I didn't. I didn't know he was. I didn't know he was bleating. I gotta check his bleats.
He's the only blurter that I have on my feed. He is holding that ship up.
Man, I need to start blooping more.
Yeah, get out there blooping and bleating people.
Excuse me, I believe blooting was the agreed upon vernacular.
So yeah, now when Immune does it, you're gonna be happy because you'll be way faster for you. Honestly, if you just wait, it might be 2.5 minutes.
I was gonna say, As known procrastinator of this podcast, it's never failed me that these things always pay off by waiting.
They also did nerf how much you needed to buy gear. Not that I don't think any of us are really in the gear market at this point, but if you are, it's really nice too.
It's tough because, okay, so...
For the T-Mog, at least, you know?
I was about to say, the wall within connoisseur that I am. This is kind of an ugly looking set. It's the dungeon set from TWW, but like slightly different. Like instead of hot jazzercise pants for cloth, you get like an actual skirt. But it's like, I will go back in the field and I will complete these for all 4 armor sets. But like, I don't want to.
Okay, so I don't know if you can answer my question, but if you're max level, the gear that drops is random from each guy, right? So like that kind of goes towards it. Can you buy? So you can buy individual pieces. I didn't even look at your vendor.
Buy individual pieces. Yes, they used to cost 40. Now they cost 20 silly money, and so you can buy the pieces. But I've been pretty good. I mean, let's see here. There's 15 bosses. I didn't kill all. I didn't do a full rotation. But let's say I've killed 21 bosses. I've got a lot of like new gear each time. Like I want to say I only got a double drop maybe once or twice.
Have you done the world quest? I've done like 1. I haven't really bothered. I don't know. I just kind of sad the bosses.
Yeah, well, because the weeklies, which I thought they were dailies, but they're weeklies.
Yeah, same.
You have to do the world quest, so like I did them, but
maybe I'm just a fool, but I swear to God that they made a different weekly, I'm using air quotes, look.
They did.
It
has wings.
It has it?
I thought it has wings.
But it's still blue? Like they're the same color and same shape, but then it has wings? Wait, so which one is which?
Wings is weekly. WW.
Flip it around.
Metamorphos. Okay, because I was shocked that it was weekly, but I guess it would suck having to do fucking 10 world quests a day. But gearing, I had one more thing to bring up. Gearing, level. Oh, people were mad that you don't get a level XP from doing this. I'm like, time walking's right there. Also, time walking, guys, you know how many I've done? 1.
Ooh,
I have a
you're
single
cooked.
turbulent time away weekend. It's not happening. I gave up on it.
You know, I'm just doing it for the bit at this point. Because as we talked about, I think on the show a few weeks ago, that like now it's just like a token to choose like a recolor of a Shadowlands one, and they're all ugly.
Yeah,
I got a between
gold,
them.
I got a gold fly. I haven't seen them since I got them, and I don't care to.
You got to put it on your bars. You got to. I want to see you fly around in that nasty gold trash bee.
Oh boy, yeah, literally the worst cut. And it's crazy. It being a nasty fly, the stinky green and purple one, I would rather be seen than the gold one.
Yeah, I mean, I was on it in Dalaran on the regular one, and somebody was was like, "Oh my god, where'd you get that mount from? It's so cool!" And I was like, "Oh wow, about the corpse fly? Let me tell you."
I don't mean to throw stones. If you get the golden wilderling when there is a light orange wilderling, you're actually sick in the head. Go home. Like, get off the internet.
Get out.
At this point, like, I think you guys convinced me. I think I'm going to like do this just for the achievement and then just not pick one.
That's crazy. Don't you need mount numbers for the new one?
There is a 600
Yeah,
mount,
do.
which I am painfully close to. It wasn't until, who was it? Oh, it was Saracen Hawk of DNR fame. Was like, where are you on it? And I was like, you know what? I haven't checked. And I'm at 597 of 600. I said, oh.
Damn, I thought you had more mounts than that. I don't know.
Me too.
I'm at like 710, 714.
The thing is, I stopped buying ground mounts, but now I'm gonna. Whatever shows up in the trader's post, I'm gonna waste my money on just to get those 3.
You know, I haven't checked in a while, but Lemix helped, and then I realized that there were a lot of ground mounts of just like the capital cities that I needed to go buy still too. I'm like in the 500s though. I'm like mid 500s, so like I don't know. I could probably like I legitimately don't know.
There was Dark Portal housing decor. If you log in, hey everybody. Oh yes, perfect guys. It's Friday. You're gonna make it. If you are a Friday, Saturday, or a Sunday listener, congratulations. Log into WoW right now. Because it's a free weekend.
know.
It's a free weekend.
That's true.
It's a freaking weekend, and you can claim your Dark portal decor by logging in right now. If you listen to it Monday, sorry, you missed it. Or maybe because it's a free weekend right now up to War Within. So like,
yeah, free weekend. You don't even need a sub. You can be one of our guys who hasn't played since like BFA. Log in, get your Dark Portal. I guess I don't know what you're going to do with it because you don't typically plan to play, but you can get it. And weirdly, I don't know if you've seen this, you get 2.
Are they different at all, or are they the same?
Nope, it's the same 2. And you're never going to fucking guess where I put them.
Where'd you put them?
The front door of my house and the entrance to my weird little void room. If anyone has a void room, they're putting it up there. And if anyone has an entrance, they're putting it there.
Guess where I put mine?
I was in the 99th percentile of everyone who got one.
Mine's right at the front door. But now that
Hell
I know
yeah,
I got
bro.
2,
Hell yeah,
that's
brother.
great. I'm gonna. My plan is to shrink it as small as it can go and put it on like a little shelf as like a little keepsake.
Honestly, I love that. But I was scared though, because I also was like maybe like 10 minutes late to tuning into the State of the Union thing and State of Azeroth. And I guess like they dropped this info right at the beginning maybe. So then like when I saw people talking about it like on Twitter or whatever afterwards, I got scared for a second because I was like, oh my god, are they finally pulling the trigger? Or like they giving out like the Dark Portal Hearthstone? But no, it's just this decor piece, which like, yeah, everyone log in, get it. Slide though, how does this make you feel? They're towing that line dangerously close.
It makes me look at my Hearthstone a lot closer because I got on the Hearthstone to compare it to the Dark Portal, and I was like, why does the Dark Portal Hearthstone have a snake on the front of it? I'm like, it's supposed to be a dragon, and I've never realized it's like a spitting cobra. And I'm like, what version of the Dark Portal had a snake on it? Hello, Warcraft 3 enthusiasts. Is this a callback, or did they just not want to actually detail it like the actual Dark Portal?
But like the actual Dark Portal doesn't have a snake on it, so like they would have the assets, right?
Well, and it has and the dragon on top. There's no dragon on top of my Hearthstone. So I'm sitting here like, either this is like a alpha version of the Dark Portal Hearthstone, or they were like, let's put a snake on it and call it a day.
Put a snake on it.
Big fan of Devourer. Yeah, I will say one of the things I hate is that it's called Devourer because I feel like
it's
my
difficult to
R's,
say.
Yeah, I feel like I just kind of slam it together and I say Devourer.
You could technically slur it as one word if you want. Devourer.
Devour. I'm calling it Devour. I'm not even gonna add the at the end.
Durr.
Devourer. Devourer is fun. That sounds wrong. Devourer is fun.
Oh, I think you should do the opposite. I think you should like add as many syllables as you potentially can. Devour.
Imagine if first Arcanithra decided to become a demon hunter. So it could be a Devourer.
Devour is great.
But I'm glad that you know what, and this is, if you're a hunter out there, put your hand in the cash register. No, try out survival because they added a bunch of fucking weird shit to it, and I love it.
You can dual wield shit now. I saw.
What, you can dual wield?
Yeah, you can like have like 2 weapons.
Has like a staff, but if he has 2 swords, that's sick as fuck. Growlina's she's on fraud alert. Papa Steen might be the new main.
Wait, survival doesn't have to just use a polearm anymore?
You might want to try it. You might really a panda survival hunter. You have a plethora of cool ass dual wielding options.
You get a thing just called Boomstick Barrage, where just for no goofing reason you pull out a shotgun. I hope it is like based on your body size, because when Papa Steen the gnome pulls it out, it's bigger than him, and he can just go around the room and be like, sorry.
Oh, also, when one of y'all mentioned earlier, like being in Dornegal and somebody asking you something, but Some made me realize something that happens to me on my hunter a lot. Like, so for a while now, I've been using the Shade of Damballa, like ghost snake, purple, like pinkish ghost snake pet. And like, I've gotten like over the course of like the last several months, like 7 to 10 people whisper me where I tamed it, which like, then also like, then I have like a Raven's Moan, like, flashback of like, where did I fucking tame this snake? And then I'm like, okay, the year was 2020. I was probably very drunk because I was very drunk most of the time when I was playing WoW in 2020. And I believe it was tamed as part of the Ardenweald quest line. Like one of the quest lines where you have to like go into like the wild gods area or something like that. I don't know if that's just like the Ardenweald storyline or if it was like their Covenant Hall storyline or something.
Yeah, you don't remember? Yeah, you do it. You can only get it if you are going to do a quest with dead guy, dead Loa, troll guy, Swamdi. You only have an opportunity to do it before you enter his like realm in a campaign quest. And if you don't get him there, you can't get him ever.
And that kind of pisses me off because I only ever tamed one, so I only have one. But like, I guess that's fine. Oh, another thing that happened actually during the State of the Azeroth thing, which I don't think we've talked about yet, was they revealed that in the 12.1.5 patch, they are introducing something that at least Slidewhistle is very, very excited about. Delve people are very excited about. They are basically introducing the concept of a mega delve, like mega dungeons equivalent, and they're calling it a labyrinth, which, first off, badass name, love it. Kind of makes me feel like they should have named Mega Dungeon something different, something cool, instead of just Mega Dungeon. But, like, yeah. Delvers, are you excited?
The map looked fucking intimidating. The labyrinth, like, it looked like it was like a fucking, like, what, 20? No, maybe not 20. Maybe, like, 12 rooms, but the rooms look fucking massive.
It was kind of giving me, like, horrific vision zones. You know what I'm saying? It looked like there were probably like maybe like 6 or 7 zones that were like maybe even the size of delves. It felt like
they're massive looking. It sounds great. Like I'm excited for those when they come out. I think it should be some more good content to chew on. We'll see how long I hang on in there. If they don't give me the rewards like the last season, maybe I won't bother.
My only worry is how long are these things gonna take? Not to say delves take forever, but if it's a super mega delve, for it to be like 45 minutes of your day, and then I open it and I was like, beans, this armor's no good.
They went out of their way to say that you didn't need to tackle it all at once either, so that you could like finish like a section and then like peace out and come back and pick up where you left off type deal.
Yeah, you know the game's in a bug and you're gonna lose all your progress.
Yeah, I mean I agree. It's definitely gonna happen.
So much good shit coming on. I'm excited. Also, they patched a lot of the bugs. I feel like the first week was a miserable experience to play. Like every single aspect of the goddamn game did not work. I couldn't transmog sometimes. I couldn't use the auction house sometimes. I couldn't even fucking upgrade things with Valor Stones without using my currency, which still takes sometimes.
Oh, Aaron, you weren't raiding with us, but like this week a bug that was happening was that in raid, like all the mobs, would have like their shiny sparkles, like there's something to loot here, and everyone click on it, and then the game would just say there is no loot here, and so it kind of became a meme that people were just like taking screenshots of it and like posting it like on WoW like Twitter in response to things. It's kind of funny actually.
It's still happening, but I saw that happening out in the Twilight Highlands. So I just deemed it, the game was just like, too much death happened here. We cannot calculate what happened. Like, we would kill the boss, and then I'd loot and get the stuff. And I'd see there's someone else shiny of the, like, 78 people who died to get the world boss. And I was like, what's this? And they're like, there's no loot here. And I was just like, there's too much sadness here. The game don't know this man's dead yet. He ain't know he looted.
Yeah, that's like I think that's the last big bug that I've noticed left. And that's a new one. But the rest of them, they fucking picked. I'm not disconnecting randomly while flying. Like, it feels like they actually squashed them really quick. Thank God.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that we really did, like, talked about it much last week, but I almost want to say that, like, the launch of this pre-patch was the most buggy of any patch I feel like that we've experienced since we've played WoW. I mean, is that exaggerating? Or do you guys agree?
Oh, I definitely agree.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The thing is, very shortly, at least for me, I wasn't seeing a lot of that stuff. This week, Tuesday was rough. You would land at a world boss, and it'd be like, or like it was a slideshow. But by Wednesday, they got that shit. So things were very buggy, but they tried really hard to fix them.
Yeah, they were like, we're doing this for you guys, and they did it. Now it's time for our top 2, bottom boot, medium moot. Aaron went already, so I'm gonna go top 2. So I, as a new Devourer main, went through some trials and tribulations. I apparently did a whole ass raid and some dungeons with the incorrect weapon on, because in my head, I was like, surely all the weapons that I have will just convert intellect to agility, because my Everforged glaive said intellect, which is my offhand. So I'm like, my sword will follow suit.
What kind of sword did you have equipped?
Wait, also, Demon Hunter uses intellect ever?
Devourer does now.
Weird.
So then they just made all the glaive, because it's a ranged, it's a caster. So then they just made all of the glaive. They made all their glaives have intellect and agility on it. They didn't fucking update the swords, because I both weapons are crafted. I crafted my sword, and I just in my head, oh yeah, they're gonna add intellect to it. But because it's probably sort of like rogues use and other classes use, they didn't bother. They forgot that demon hunters can use other things other than fucking glaives.
So wait, is there such a thing as a crafted one-hand int sword? Who uses that?
Mages would.
I don't say anything here, but I did know that. I very much knew that. I just was busy eating chicken.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. So, like, that's crazy to me that Devourer and Mages share a crafted slot.
Yeah, we share a lot of things. Trinkets and stuff, too. But, so...
We also share secrets. I can't believe that happened to you, Immune.
Oh, no. A whole new layer of gossip has entered the podcast.
So I did a whole. I felt pretty good. I was like, okay, my damage is like pretty okay. I was like not doing the worst. I was doing pretty good.
You were doing fucking good enough, apparently, that Warcraft logs like had a disclaimer on you. It said Slidewhistle cheats.
And then a demon hunter whispers me in Dornagal and says, "Hey, you know that your swords aren't intellect, right? Blizzard forgot that we could use swords, so they didn't change it. So you're getting no main stat from that." And I went, "Oh my god, thank you so much, Mr. Man. I'll buy you a drink." Changed my weapons, shifted them around. Didn't fucking matter. I wasted a goddamn recraft for no fucking reason. Because the best thing for Demon Hunter Devourer right now is currently the combo from Fractalus, which is what? The Diamantine Void Core and Void Roost Glass Chris?
Yeah, Ruth's Chris, yeah.
Well, Roost Chris is actually the dagger, I think. So whatever the sword is. Aaron,
yes,
I think you have the sword, right?
Yes, I ended up getting them all, although I'm using the staff. But yes, the Roost Chris is the dagger.
So what I had to the best in slot was the Diamantine Void Core and the sword. And I was like, sick. Well, I'm out of goddamn fucking curios because you can only get 3, I think, and I spent them all on fucking agility demon hunter stuff. So I was like, fuck, how am I gonna get these? So we do raid, and at raid, one of the sword, the intellect sword drops, and I was like, ooh, let me get this. I nabbed it from Nuss, and I'm like, thank you, this is mine. So I'm like, I just need the fucking Diamantine core. And I go to my vault, and I forgot I didn't claim my vault from last week when we ran raid the week before. So I was like, come on. I was like, I'm going to tap into my useless superpower that there's going to be a Diamantine Void Core in here. It's happening. I'm using my Juju on this right now. Open the vault. Guess who's there? Diamantine Void Core combo achieved in 1 week. Well, I guess 2 weeks, technically.
That's crazy because it's from the past.
So I was like, thank you. So now I have my best in slot. So the weapon that I crafted from the man who told me to craft, doesn't matter now because I put it away for the Roots Glass sword, Chris Roots sword. But now I feel like I'm pumping. It's great.
I mean, I also feel like it's a well-established thing where it's like, if you craft it, then your bis will drop. So I mean, you just guaranteed that it was there. Even though, thinking about it, like the time when you would have had it crafted, if you would have checked your vault, then like it technically would have already been there.
The sword wouldn't have been there.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, but still, so definitely crafting the sword made it so that sword dropped that you could roll on and get.
Yes, exactly. So I'm feeling good. They also just did a sweeping Devourer buff. One of the complaints with the class is that you pressing consume too many times, and let me tell you, that is so fucking true. The majority of my rotation is me just pressing 1 with a single finger and drinking a beer and eating a sandwich.
Yeah, you're taking full advantage of the whole, like, you can just press and hold now if you enable that setting?
Yep, I've been holding my 1 button and just spamming consumes. They made it so you don't have to do this much, and they buffed all the fun buttons. So very excited about what future Devourer holds for me. Aaron, you're up.
Ha! I already did it. Immune, you go now.
Wow. Well, I have a bottom boot. Whoa. Well, okay, so I earlier today was catching up on like the quest line to get into the pre-patched area so that I could start doing these bosses finally. And the quest line, obviously nothing to write home about. But at the very end of it, there is a quest where you turn it in and you get like tabard, right? And then you get like, it said like it'll be cast on you a title that is like totally not a cultist, but like nothing was ever cast on me. I never got that title either temporarily or permanently. Is this a bug? Did you guys ever get the title? It has
to be a bug because day 1 I didn't. Today I did. The title is yes, definitely not a cultist. And it is
it a
real.
Permanent one that's just like in your logs then?
Yes. It is the nation of Israel. It is real.
Oh no. Well, okay. So hopefully at some point it'll just like appear in my like titles list then.
But yes, Tuesday when I got it, it didn't show up. And I too was like, okay, was this a joke one? Like the one that Nefarian gives you in that one raid? But no, it once again, war criminal, it is real.
Yeah, but like if it was a joke, then I would like, okay, that's why I was like, oh, it's gonna be like one of those temporary ones. But yeah, okay. So I'm glad that like it'll at least be in there eventually, hopefully.
I got to see it for exactly 2 minutes before I got Thorn of Twilight, and I was like, well, that was a little better. But so I finally found it only to squander it. Speaking of squandering, I will not throw away my shot in thanking our patrons. Their names include Ahoy Vince, Azur, and Digital Dave, asking Growlina to say, for the Horde. Misket the Orchidee Orc, Crucifix, Alternator, Chris M, Saracen Hawk, Justin, Give Me Back My PhD, Arcane, Remy.
Every time I hear Chiodos, I get a full boner, and I wanted to hop off the bike before I poked you in the back.
Kick Puncher, Sugar Bear.
Time is money, friend.
Dr. Foster, Grumpy Old Shaman, Dex, Jerome, Ali, Adorno, Gershom.
If you want pretty house, why you play ugly faction?
Duff the Horde, Pooper Cooper, Calcus.
Keep the wind in your sails.
Oh, I'm sorry. I recorded it in-game, but I had the Belby's love-seeking goggles on, so it turned him into a gnome. Cilantro, Alexei, Vanderlyle.
Have a nice day!
And Will, a.k.a. Tire, Trade Chat's fallen father.
Patrons, you can join them at patreon.com/do-not-relent. Email me.
You have to stop doing Patreon songs because I keep forgetting which one I use. I have to find a different Patreon jingle every time.
I just made a jingle. Keep my jingle in there. It's a good jingle.
Well, where's the backing track? Send me the chimes. Send me the bells.
Here it is.
Tink, tinka, 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 Patreon, tinka, tinka, tinka.
Here you go. I select that and put that underneath myself. Email me at navarrocoffin@gmail.com and send me your at navarrocoffin@gmail.com. Send me your tips for like being a good DPS shooter, because I cannot shoot a gun for the life of me in Deadlock, and I feel like I'm just missing. How do I shoot good? I can never shoot good. How shoot good?
I definitely don't have any advice on there.
That's why
nope, all of my Overwatch mains are the ones that can swing a weapon.
Torbjorn and Junkrat, that's why I've made those two, because they're easy to just spam stuff. Okay, what about you guys? Where can they find you?
Well, you see, you can find me, Alex, or Immunization on Twitter at NewAirAlex, on Blue Sky at Immunization. As aforementioned, all of our podcast links, donotRelent.com. Go there.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at The Big and Cheesy on Twitters.com, and watch me play Vigigrams at twitch.tv/AaronDNR. Thank you everyone who tuned in to the Uncle Ron streams. More's coming. He's taking Westfall by fire.
Hadouken! And remember,
Another down! Do not...
You win. Perfect.
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.